Hello, my name is Zach Gibson, and there's a possibility you don't know me, but I want to tell you a story. I've been living in an apartment complex for roughly 7 months. I was helped by a friend, um, me, and my significant other. We moved in, stayed here for about a month before we started paying bills. We were able to get full-time jobs, and you know, we've been supplying all the money that we can to bills. Um, I'm not originally from here. I'm currently in Knoxville, Tennessee, but I'm from Conway, Arkansas, long ways away from my home. Uh, and my significant other is originally from um, around an hour and a half from here, a little town of Tellico Plains. We really don't know too many people here except for a couple of friends that we have. But we moved up here because we seen, the prospects of finding jobs and making a good living in Knoxville. So over those 6 months, we had frequent discussions with maintenance men, and even spoke to the landlord a time or two. They obviously knew we were here, but they had only ever seen us separately. Around 3 weeks ago, we started having problems with our refrigerator. It wasn't keeping things cold, and it was taking a toll on our wallets because we had to keep going out to eat. We couldn't keep anything fresh for longer than roughly a day or it would spoil. So we did contact maintenance about it. I work at night, as does my significant other, so we were sleeping and we were awoken by the sound of them working on the fridge by hitting it with something. I don't exactly know what was going on, but the sound woke us up. We were greeted with looks of disgust as we walked out together, in our pajamas. And the maintenance man did not fix the fridge. They kind of just stopped. They told us, give it 24 hours. So we did. 24 hours goes by, and our roommate, who is on the lease, walks up to the office and inquires about if they're going to come to continue fixing the fridge, and which he's given a letter saying that he's in breach of lease for having people, stay here that aren't on said lease. This was on a Friday. They told us we had till Monday to come in and fill out our rental application. So we did so on Monday. We went up there, and they did not seem too happy to see us, but we did fill everything out to the best of our abilities. Even paid them, the $50 that it took for the application fee. Now, we noticed on the rental application that there was a spot for people over the age of 18 who weren't going to be on the lease that would be living in the domicile. We did inquire about that, in which we were, greeted with stutters and a general look of confusion. They were able to finally make out words that didn't sound too convincing about it being for parents that had children over the age of 18 that wanted to have them stay in the apartment complex with them. We took it with a grain of salt. We paid them the $50. They were glad to accept our money. And we were told it would take a little while for it to run, but they knew where we lived, so they would let us know. I went home, went to sleep, because I had to work that night. As I woke up, I was told that there were things that weren't properly finished, so they couldn't run our credit report. That we would go up there in the morning because, I wake up after the office closes. So I go to work, and I'm a bit nervous, of course. I go up there in the morning whenever I get off work, me and my significant other. Now, I want to be 100% honest here. My significant other is a male to female, early transition transgender. I love her to death, but she still doesn't 100% pass as female. She still has some masculine looks to her, and it is what it is. As we walk in, they look at us both. They seem even less happy to see us. We inquire about what it is that we need to sign, and they told us that it doesn't matter, that they ran our credit check anyway, in that it came back as neither one of us having credit. So we couldn't get the apartment. We had to have a credit score of at least 400. Now, my significant other, I understand, does not have credit. I understand that I do have negative credit, but that seemed a bit fishy to me. So as they continued to talk, I left. I have a problem sometimes with controlling my emotions, and I feel it best to relieve myself from the scene to be able to, handle what's going on. I come to check my credit report, and I have well over 400. Actually, I'm not afraid to say that I have a 530. Now, I made a lot of bad choices in my, delinquency, early adulthood even, but I clearly had over 400. There was no way we had the same credit score, and our current roommate literally has no credit either. So there was no reason for him to even have been able to get the apartment in the first place. We were, informed we had 14 days to move. Now, we were told that we could contest the credit score, so we went to go ask for what they considered a credit score, and we were told that we can't have them, even though it's our information, and that it's confidential. They have been nothing but mean to us since they found out about our sexuality. We have been getting stares. We have been treated unfairly. I'm making this video to tell you this story to ask for help. I hate relying on other people, but I can't. We can't do this ourselves. We have to move. As it stands now, looking at the date, we have 12 days to remove our stuff and our presence from the domicile. The other roommate cannot leave for another 6 weeks because he has to put in for a termination of lease, and that takes 6 weeks to do so. It was either 6 weeks or 60 days. Either way, it doesn't matter. We are looking to get an apartment, but we can't afford to move. I'm not asking too much for a handout. I'm asking for you to share this around. I'm creating a GoFundMe page currently, which I should be linking down below. I don't know how much to ask for, and I feel like I would be asking for way too much to ask what I think it's relatively going to cost for us to move. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and prices are what prices are. You probably don't know me, and you probably don't care, and I understand that. I'm not your friend. I'm not somebody that you've ever talked to. Me and my significant other are just two people that are down on our luck, that are facing discrimination because of our sexuality. And we just want a place to live. We have a place to work. Just, if you can help, please do so. Thank you. And again, please share this video.